Whether you're dreaming of becoming a lead teacher, stepping into your first director role, or leading a thriving childcare program of your own, you don't have to figure it out alone. Welcome to the Childcare Director's Chair, where leadership coach, speaker, co-author, and multi-center owner Erica Sacoccio shares the wisdom she's gained from decades of leading successful early childhood programs and developing future leaders. Each episode is designed to help you use your voice, lead with confidence, build a positive workplace culture, and become the kind of leader your team is excited to follow. Expect real talk, big laughs, bold leadership truth, practical strategies, and the encouragement to believe in yourself every step of the way. Because when Erica teaches leadership, she's teaching what she's lived. The Child Care Director's Chair is proudly sponsored by Watch Me Grow, supporting childcare leaders with innovative technology that helps build stronger programs and stronger family connections. Together, they believe leadership isn't a title, it's an action. Pull up your chair, future leader. Here's Erica Sacoccio.
Hey guys, Erica here, and you are tuned in to the Child Care Director's Chair podcast. You know, the most fun you can have on an ECE podcast. We are here for it today. Today, I have one of my friends that I got to meet in Chicago at the National Family Child Care Association conference. She is amazing. I would love to welcome my friend, CCR&R. She is the Louisiana state rep for the National Association for Family Child Care. So she is fun, and we're going to just have a great time. So pull up your coffee, and let's talk about it. So welcome to the show, my friend.
Hi, everyone. I am CCR&R, the Louisiana State Representative for Family Child Care through the National Association of Family Child Care at the national level in Washington, D.C. I was appointed last year in August of 2025, and I have 3 years to go to support and elevate Louisiana State and all family child care providers across Louisiana. I also am the CEO of Intelligent Kid Minds and Intelligent Geographic, which is a multicultural curriculum that I have here in my program.
Awesome. So today we're just going to talk about this. And we're going to talk about the next level for you. If you are a family childcare business and you're really looking for what opportunities might be out there that are available to you, maybe you're operating from your home and you haven't become licensed yet. Maybe you're just doing private pay. There's lots of different things that you need to consider when you're running a business because, again, at the end of the day, it is a business. And I know sometimes when you hear words like registered, certified, licensed, CCAP, childcare grants, quality program, food reimbursement, I'm just dizzy right now, government funding, you immediately think, that sounds complicated. I don't even know where to begin. So our friend is going to help us navigate some of that. We want to make sure that you're not leaving money and resources, professional development, referrals, and opportunities on the table. So specifically, we're going to talk about Louisiana today. And so let's get with number one. Let's start with the biggest misconception is, do you have to become licensed, right? Let's talk about that. The benefits of it, I'm going to let you take that part.
Right, everyone? Yes. In Louisiana State, due to our Louisiana Department of Education and our licensing department here in Louisiana, we are required to have 6 children, including our own, and we have to be registered through our state of Louisiana. The reason why we have to be registered is because of the safety purposes of our program, which the fire marshal come into our homes for us to be registered as a license. The Louisiana Department of Educational license come out to our home as well from Baton Rouge, and they do an actual inspection to make sure that we can operate an actual child care in the home and have a child care set up appropriately in the home as well. They also make sure that we have the proper credentials, the proper trainings, and we also receive a background check through the federal government as well. So I do want the families to know that we are safe. We operate just like an actual child care center, but we are in a home setting. We can only receive 6 kids, including our own.
Yeah. So for some, I know when I went out to Chicago, I met some folks that were licensed, but I know where we are here in Rhode Island. If you have less than 6 kids, do you have to be licensed in your state? or
No, if
voluntary?
you have 4 children in the state of Louisiana, you do not have to be licensed. But if you have more than 4 children in the state of Louisiana, yes,
Yeah.
you will have to be licensed. That's according to Baton Rouge. In Orleans Parish, because we go by parishes here, not counties in Louisiana state. In Orleans Parish, if you have an occupational license for a daycare, it opened up more doors for you. The permit inspections come through and you actually have a business setup, which is the one-stop shop here in Louisiana state. So it opened up more revenue and allows you to operate with more children that serve as developmental disabilities.
Okay. And so Louisiana family child care providers can register with Louisiana Department of Education. And then
Yes.
what happens once you become registered? Are there any additional steps or what
Yes, the
happens?
additional steps is first you will have to go to Louisiana Believes website and you would have to, and it will guide you to Louisiana Department of Education, family, child care, or home-based application you would like to put in. That is free of charge. You will put the application in and then the Louisiana Department of Education, a CAP certified program would automatically opt you into the program unless you do not want to be opted into the program. It's optional of choice. After those steps, they will give you a list of things to commit to far as getting a background check. That would be the first thing. They would also set us up with trainings. They would have us to schedule an appointment to have the fire marshal to come out, and it's $40 for the fire marshal to come out. After the fire marshal come out and you take all of your trainings, the last step would be for licensing to come out to the home. They would have to do a thorough inspection to make sure that you can operate an actual child care center in the home.
Okay. So really what providers should be saying is instead of asking like, should I get licensed? Maybe the better question would be what level of registration or certificate or approval could help me grow my family childcare business? Because I
Yes.
think that is a completely different conversation for sure. And why would somebody register their family childcare home? Are there some benefits? Are there more ways to connect with families, or what does that look like?
Well, that's a wonderful question. I would recommend every individual that's going into family child care to register because you receive grant funding from our CCR&R. Shout out to Agenda for Children in Orleans Parish. I received $5,000 last month, August of 2026. On top of that, I also received another grant to pay staff and myself of $684 each. So there's opportunities there. We have other affiliations that's connected with the CCR&R programs. You have the option to be included into huge toy giveaways for expenses for your program. They pay for your trainings. They pay for you to go to different convention centers like Frog Street, for example. They also support us with lots of funding from other programs that open up more doors. It also gives us the option to become high quality programs, the same as an actual child care center by opting into academic approval, which is very important. With academic approval, it allows our program to be observed by observation. They come to the home. It allows for us to receive monthly coaching, virtual and in person. It also allows coaching to work with the children to make sure that they receive all of the education they need to be in compliant with the state guidelines to make sure that they're receiving high quality. So opting into all of these great benefits and programs, being a registered license, it also opened up more doors for you to be connected to the public school system, to Head Start programs, and you receive more funding from Head Start, from Child Care Aware, through the military, through other military programs. It opened up so many doors, avenues, so much funding for your program, for you to succeed as high quality.
Okay. So there's lots of different opportunities for money. So we're going to break down each one of these, and some of
Yeah.
them you just mentioned, but we'll dig a little deeper. So the first one is, let's talk about CCAP. So in Louisiana, if a family child care provider completes their registration, they can apply for CCAP as a CCAP
Yes,
provider.
when you put in the application, now they combined CCAP, where once you put in the application to become a family child care provider, you automatically opt into the CCAP program, which is wonderful. because the CCAP program, you receive an actual certification, which is CCAP certified here in Louisiana. It opened up the doors for you to have more trainings. It also opened up state funding that come through the Louisiana Department of Education, or federal funding that may come to the state that be offered to family child care providers as well. We are not left out. So we also receive that funding. Each year we have to take up to 12 credit hours to make sure that we're in compliance. We take CPR or first aid, medication, administration, and other trainings for children that have developmental disability training if you would like to take children, those type of children in your program. So CCAP certified, they also make sure that we stay in compliant in the back end to make sure that we are qualified for other programs. So it's wonderful to receive CCAP because you're serving other communities that may be low income or cannot receive childcare that will support those families so those children can come into your program.
Okay. And you talked a little bit about academic approval and quality initiatives. So this is where it gets a little bit more interesting. So in Louisiana,
Okay.
you allow CCAP certified family child care providers to voluntarily pursue that academic approval. So why would somebody want to do that?
Academic approval is wonderful to opt into because at the end of the year, you receive a wonderful tax credit through the state of Louisiana. And with the state of Louisiana, they provide a lot of funding for each child that attends the program. Academic approval opened up doors for funding opportunities for us. Besides our CCR&R funding, they have other funding opportunities for us to opt in. They also cover you to receive a CDA, which is wonderful. Other training credentials, it opened up the doors for you to become a trainer. It opened up doors for you to become a coach, to become an observer, to check out centers, to observe centers, to train family child care providers, to coach family child care providers. It also opened up the doors and the roads for you to opt into programs that actual centers are able to opt into because of your program is high quality. We also receive a certain rating, and based upon a rating that we receive from academic approval, that will be the tax credit funding that we will receive at the end of the year from the federal government.
Okay. One of my very, very, very good friends, Coach Ray, is from Louisiana, and she's one of those wonderful people who come out and give you some tech support in your program. So yeah, I've met a few folks, and yeah, they're great out there. So talk to me
Yeah.
about this school readiness tax credit. What? Because
Okay.
we don't have that here. So talk to me a little bit about what that is.
Well, that was a program that Louisiana Pathways came up with here in Louisiana, and I thought it was amazing. And they partnership with the LDOE, which is our Louisiana Department of Education, to come up with high quality programs and for us to receive an actual tax credit at the end of the year from, opting into different programs, incentives, and actual training that they have for us within the state that's high quality. Also trainings through universities or community colleges as well for to make sure that we are operating as high quality. And the tax credit is broken down by the ratings that we receive when the coaches come into our home and they coach us on what we should be doing and what's in compliance for each year that come along to make sure that we following all of the state guidelines. And then we have observation. They will come in and then they will observe our classroom with us as the teacher and the children to make sure that we are providing the children with high quality learning activities and, learning educational material and making sure that we are following everything that the state have in place. When Louisiana Pathways, who issue out the tax credits, they receive all of this information from our CCR&R programs that they have in Louisiana. And once they receive that information about any family child care provider that opt into the program, then we reap the benefits at the end of the year with the tax credit.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like a good program. I wish I had some tax credit programs over here.
Yeah.
So how
And
about
I also
another
can
one?
drop a link for you as well so you can share with others of what we're doing here in Louisiana for at the tax credit portion through Louisiana Pathways. And that can
Yeah,
be something you can share to your audience so they can maybe start the same thing in their state.
conversation. Yeah, for sure. So another opportunity is childcare aware. So talk a little bit about childcare aware. Are you familiar with childcare aware?
Yes, I love childcare where I actually receive children through childcare where on the weekends we receive
Mhm.
children. That's another benefit. In order to get children through the National Association of Childcare Aware, you would have to be registered as a license. You would also have to be opt into academic approval and CCAP certified
Mhm.
because you have to have all of those credentials because we are the reflection of high quality. So the military trusts Louisiana registered family child care
Mhm.
providers because we have those type of credentials to make sure that their children are secured, safe, and they're receiving proper education.
Yeah, I think one of the things I love about childcare, where we have that in our state too, is when it comes to high quality, when you think about accreditation, like a lot of those standards came from those military bases, right? They were like, we want the best quality of childcare for our servicemen and women. And so a lot of that accreditation just nationally came really from the military bases. I don't know if you know that or not, but that's really where high quality really started was
Yes.
yeah. So she's like, yeah, of course I knew that. Well, I don't know. I learned that like 10 years ago. But what about the free training and professional development? So you talked about that. What opportunities are out there, right? What type of PD is out there right now?
The opportunities that I have, it kind of shocked many individuals, even from other states. When I first started in the family child care sector, I started researching and traveling different family child cares across the United States. And I was finding that certain states had programs other states didn't have, or certain states had resources other states didn't have. So what I did was I took all of that information and brought it to Louisiana. And when I brought it to their attention, they was like, whoa, we didn't know anything about that. For example, the VA. I am with the VA. I used to work for the VA, the United States Department of Veteran Affairs, and I put my child in child care through the VA program when I used to work there. And I seen both worlds. I seen it as an actual provider, as an educator, and as an employee. So now I receive children from the VA. From anyone that work at the VA, I can receive children from there to come into my program. It's not a contract. It's just information that have to be completed. And you can start receiving children from the actual hospital. Children's Hospital is the same way. University Hospital. I'm also contracted with the R refineries here in Louisiana. So I receive children from their employees. So the children in my program actually come from actual working families. I always save a space for parents that's in state programs for as like CCAP. I am on the list for CCAP. So if I receive that child from that program, they're still welcome into my program because I always save a slot for them. But yes, there's other programs for as working with children that's developmental disabilities. They have different Medicaid programs where you can receive tax-free funding to accept those children as well. So that would
Okay.
be all of the funding that's not state funded, that's coming directly from individuals' workplace, whether it's federal government or private sector or corporate.
Okay. What do you think the biggest challenge would be for somebody who is not taking advantage of these opportunities? You know, what do you think the biggest, challenge would be?
I don't think that they will have much challenges. I think that sharing awareness and providing them with the resources and helping them throughout the process, I think that it would be much easier. But yes, I believe that they should inquire more about that information. But if they did want any assistance, they can reach out to me on social media platforms like Facebook or Instagram at Intelligent Kid Minds, or they can reach me at access.
Okay. Is there anything you want to share with the listeners I didn't ask?
Yes. What I would like to share is if you out there in Louisiana and you need any support far as receiving children through the military, or you need help with, for example, children from the VA or Children's Hospital or any private sector, reach out to me at 888-525-4442. Again, that's 888-525-4442. My name is Sierra Amor, and if you're in another state and you're looking to do the same thing in your state, you also can reach out to me as well.
I'm gonna ask you some hard questions.
Okay.
Favorite kind of ice cream?
Butter pecan
Coffee or tea?
tea.
Book or movie?
Wait, what kind of movie?
I don't know. You pick the movie. You rather read a book or watch a movie?
I'm a movie type of girl. In the daytime, I like books. At night, movie.
Okay. Your biggest leadership tip for another family childcare CEO?
Research. Research is everything. When you research and read and gain knowledge of whatever you're seeking, that will be the starting point of becoming a great leader.
Okay. Why should somebody join the National Family Childcare Association group?
I love the National Association of Family Childcare is because
Me too. That's why I asked, girl. That's
it's
why I
so
asked.
much love. Support. The team is caring. You meet other family childcare providers across the world, not just in the United States, nationally and internationally. The support team is strong. Our executive director, Erica Phillips, is wonderful. All you have to do is just reach out. When you reach out to the National Association of Family Childcare, the team may be small, but we have a whole big group behind us. They find any politics that you need to be speaking to, your legislative, your senators, your congressmen, your councilmen members, your representatives. They are there to support you with your CCR&Rs. They are well connected in each state. They have state representatives on the ground. We are the backbone to driving the National Association of Family Childcare forward because we have reports that we have to complete each month to make sure we're thriving, to make sure our organization succeed. It's going stronger and better every day. If you are out there, go be a member of the NAFCC, National Association of Family Childcare. You will love it.
Agreed. I agree. That's a great note to leave. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. We really appreciate you tuning in day after day. We hope that these tips were helpful for you. Again, if you need help, you're struggling, you're in Louisiana, reach out to Sierra. I will leave her links in the comments below in the show notes below. And that's it for today. We'll see you tomorrow. And as always, have a great day.
Before you go, ask yourself, what's one leadership lesson you'll put into action this week? Then share one takeaway with your leadership team, because Erica believes that great leaders don't just grow themselves, they help others grow too. Ready to keep growing? Join Erica inside the ECE Trailblazers Leadership Membership at childcaredirectorschair.com. Proudly sponsored by Watch Me Grow. Together, we believe leadership isn't a title, it's an action. And we'll save your chair for next time.